I always sensed there was something off about the Langleys from the moment they moved into 247 Pine Ridge Lane 3 years ago. As one of only 4 black families in the Oakwood Heights neighborhood of suburban Atlanta, I developed what I call my racism radar, and it was screaming whenever Deborah Langley, or as I nicknamed her, Poolside Patrol, saw me tending to my award-winning hydrangeas. She'd usher her grandkids inside like I was some kind of threat. My name is Andre Franklin, 42 years old, a financial advisor, and the proud homeowner of the corner lot at 243 Pine Ridge. I've lived here 8 years and turned what was once a neglected property into the envy of the neighborhood. My lawn was manicured, my landscaping tasteful, and my irrigation system, which I designed myself, kept my garden lush even in the thick of Georgia's brutal summers. The Langleys, however, let their yard descend into chaos. Their lawn browned, flower beds sprouted weeds, and somehow they managed to erect an above-ground pool in their backyard that looked more suited to a roadside motel than a suburban home. Deborah, with her harsh blonde bob and constant air of entitlement, threw loud pool parties while her husband, a sergeant with Oakwood Heights Police Department, strutted around like he ran the whole block. We kept our interactions minimal but telling. Deborah once clutched her purse when I passed her in the grocery store. Earl knocked over my trash cans with his monster truck and never acknowledged it. We had that forced, distant politeness, the nod from across the street, but never a real word exchanged. That changed last Saturday. It was a sweltering 95 degrees, the humidity thick enough to chew. I was finishing up a report in my home office when my Ring doorbell chimed. On screen, Deborah Langley in a floral swimsuit cover-up, oversized sunglasses perched atop her head, tapping her foot like a child denied candy. I sighed, paused my Miles Davis playlist, and answered the door with my most professional smile. "Good afternoon, Mrs. Langley. How can I help you?" "Your water pressure's better than ours," she said flatly. "We're hosting a pool party tomorrow for Earl and his coworkers. Our pool isn't filling fast enough. We need to use your outdoor spigot." "No, please. No, would you mind? Just a demand, as if my property was communal." "I'm sorry, that won't be possible," I said, keeping my tone even. "My water bill is already high maintaining my garden." "It's just water," she snapped, waving a hand. "Don't be so difficult. It's for the kids." That pause before difficult? I'd heard it too many times. I knew exactly what she wanted to say. "I understand your situation, but I can't help." "Perhaps contact the water company," I offered. Deborah flushed. "Well, I never. Earl said you people are always uncooperative. Just asking for a little help." There it was. "You people. Mrs. Langley, I think we're done here," I said, beginning to close the door. "You'll regret this," she hissed. "Earl won't be happy." I wasn't concerned. After years of dealing with both subtle and overt racism, I protected myself well. My security system recorded video and audio 24/7. I had a top-tier alarm set up and a lawyer on retainer. Little did Deborah know she had just walked into a trap I didn't set, but I was more than ready for. Within an hour, Earl showed up on my porch in uniform. Deborah hovered behind him, smug. "Mr. Franklin," he began without greeting, hand resting near his holster. "We seem to have a misunderstanding." "Evening, Officer Langley," I said calmly. "No misunderstanding. Your wife asked to use my water." I declined. Earl stepped into my space. "In this neighborhood, we help each other." I stood firm. "I'm happy to be neighborly, but I'm not filling your pool." "That's unreasonable." "Do you know who you're talking to?" he snapped. "Yes. My neighbor. In uniform. Making a personal visit about a private matter." Highly inappropriate. That struck a nerve. Deborah tried to pivot. "We're just concerned about your water usage. Sprinklers at odd hours. Wasteful. Earl has to investigate." "Are you accusing me?" "Because my system's automated and award-winning." "Neighbors complained," Earl added. "Officer Langley, are you here in an official capacity? Should I call the station? Or my attorney?" He flushed. "Watch your tone, boy." "Got it. On camera. Audio and video. Please call me Mr. Franklin." "And step back. You're trespassing." Deborah tugged his arm. "Earl, let's go." "He's not worth it." "This isn't over," he growled. "Have a nice evening," I said, smiling. "Just so you know, this interaction was recorded." The look on their faces? Priceless. They had no clue what storm they'd stirred up. I immediately uploaded the footage to the cloud, called my lawyer Calvin, and documented every detail since they moved in. The next morning, their pool party began half-filled pool, cop cars, and loud music. I kept my distance. Then another alert. My camera caught Deborah and a friend climbing over my fence. "He'll never notice," Deborah whispered. "These people don't even track water bills. Consider it reparations." That was it. I stepped outside. "Good morning, ladies. Can I help you?" They froze. "Just borrowing water," Deborah said with fake confidence. "Borrowing implies permission. This is theft. And trespassing. Leave. Now." Susan dropped the hose. "You said he was okay with it." "He should be," Deborah snapped. "It's just water. It's my water on my property. Leave. Earl won't be happy. Neither will your guests when they learn you're committing a crime." Earl appeared, red-faced. "You recording me?" "Yes. Georgia's a one-party consent state." "Barbara, get down," he barked. Then to me, "This isn't over." "You're right. I'll be calling your station." I filed a report. Officer James Peterson responded. "Professional. Thorough. Clearly not a fan of Earl." "Let me get this straight," he said. "They trespassed to steal water?" "Yes. And Earl tried to intimidate me yesterday." Peterson took my statement and footage. Soon, the party fizzled. Guests left. Word spread. Calvin's assistant collected all the evidence. Internal Affairs reached out. Captain Darius Hamilton and Lt. Sarah Rodriguez visited. "Mr. Franklin, we're deeply sorry. This is serious." "Earl Langley is on leave pending investigation," Hamilton said. By evening, I got a call. "Mr. Franklin, this is Thomas Blackwell, the Langley's attorney. They'd like to resolve this amicably. I'm recording this call and I'm represented by Calvin Jones. They'll issue an apology. Cover costs." "You mean the harassment? Trespassing? Racial slurs?" Emotions ran high. Too late. The process is underway. Barbara showed up the next morning, tearful. "Mr. Franklin, I want to apologize. What we did was wrong. Roger, I mean Earl might lose everything. Actions have consequences. Can we make this right? Change your behavior. That's how you make it right." A week later, a petition supporting my complaint had over 100 signatures. Internal Affairs concluded their investigation. Earl Langley was fired. Captain Hamilton explained, "You weren't the first, just the first to have proof. Others have come forward." Barbara was warned. No charges, but on thin ice. The department named me an honorary advisor. They invited me to join the new Community Oversight Committee. I accepted. A for sale sign went up at the Langleys. A month later, a black family moved in. James and Olivia Wilson, cardiologist and school board member. We bonded instantly. At their housewarming, Officer Peterson pulled me aside. "You changed things. Earl had friends, but you proved accountability matters." Olivia later told me they found old water violation notices. So, their water issues? Self-inflicted. Justice doesn't always roar. Sometimes it arrives quietly, with peace, respect, and a garden that continues to bloom under the Georgia sun.